It was frozen to keep the housing market buoyant during lockdown, but it's been so effective, with more than 100,000 people signing a petition calling for the stamp duty holiday to continue. MPs are now having to hold a debate on doing that this afternoon. At the moment, the window is due to close on March the 31st, and the measure has had such a stimulating effect on the housing market. There are warnings that sales could collapse and the market could slump if Rishi Sunak doesn't extend it. I've spoken to one property expert this morning, though, who says he's not so convinced. Richard Ponton is investment director at Walton Robinson Estate Agents in Newcastle.
There are a lot of things that factor into the property market. Like I say, it often just takes one little tipping point to get people thinking about moving, to actually get them moving. Stamp duty obviously it's a great incentive to move, and it certainly can encourage at a particular time. But in the scheme of things, it is a small percentage of the actual transaction. It does mean, obviously, if you're not stumping up the cash for the stamp duty, because effectively stamp duty is a payment you make in cash, it does allow you to put more onto the asking price of a property. And I think a lot of people have seen house prices pushing again to new record levels. A lot of people say that's because of the stamp duty holiday, and it's actually not done the property market any favours, or certainly not done any favours for buyers who are now paying more for properties than they were before the stamp duty holiday. I think it's just one of those situations where you get interest in the property market, you get a bit of confidence going, you see the property prices doing well, and it's that sort of confidence in the market that will keep the market buoyant. It is a fragile thing. It takes only a few things to start knocking the market or knocking confidence in the market, and people start to become a bit more uncertain about house prices. Withdrawing the stamp duty holiday, I don't think will have any sort of catastrophic effect on values, though. It will need something more wide-reaching to knock the confidence of people to think that the property market is on its way back down.
Obviously, there's a lot of support for them not closing it, though. And if they didn't, do you think there's a danger that property prices could keep artificially inflating, and then when the time does come to close the window, and all of a sudden, the bottom falls out of the market?
I mean, that is potentially a danger if it does keep going. But what you'll generally find is that the property market will find its own natural level. People will have it in their minds, thinking we're saving X amount in stamp duty. How does that relate to cash we could put a deposit? And if you're talking of a 25% deposit, if you've now got an extra £5,000 there, you might leverage that up with a mortgage to be able to add an extra £20,000 onto your offer, for example. That amount of money wouldn't push out the longer it goes on. That again is down to confidence in the market, and whether that confidence in the market remains. Maybe it will do. Maybe it will help having the stamp duty extended, help build that confidence. But my own mind is I think the market is where it is, and it's sustainable where it is, and I don't think we need the stamp duty holiday to carry on.
Well, as I say, that debate in Parliament on stamp duty happening later this afternoon. A spokesperson for the Treasury says the SDLT, the stamp duty holiday, was designed to be a temporary relief to stimulate market activity and stimulate jobs, and the government does not plan to extend this temporary relief. But with 100,000 signatures and lots of pressure from MPs, well, we'll just have to wait and see, won't we?